I've been involved with Women's Aid for a long time, and of course Women's Hour discusses domestic violence and abuse far more than we would like to, I'm afraid. We know what a terribly serious problem it is. We know that 2 women a week are killed by a violent partner, and that often happens after she's left to try and save herself and her children. I think what people are not so aware of, although perhaps they are now that the Archers has done such a brilliant storyline on this, is that it's not always being battered, having black eyes, being punched, although of course that does happen sometimes. But coercive control, which was made illegal last year, is what the Archers has demonstrated so well. And this is where the partner becomes completely controlling and somehow manages to stop the woman having any confidence in herself at all. She doesn't talk to her friends, she doesn't go out with her friends, she doesn't go out at all sometimes because she's not allowed to. She doesn't have access to her own money. She completely loses any kind of sense of self as this person takes her over totally and takes over her children and decides what's going to happen to them, and she has no influence in what's going to happen. So that's the other side of domestic violence and abuse. It is coercive control and it is illegal. Now, the difficulty is that if someone is in this position, whether they're being battered or whether they're being controlled, is finding out how to tell someone that it's happening. Sometimes even having the confidence to understand that this is what's going on and that it's right to go out and tell someone. But I think what I want to get across is that if you have a friend who begins to change and isn't the person that you knew before, or if you invite this couple to dinner and she's got a particular dress on and he says, "Oh, I don't know why you came out in that thing, you look terrible," that may be an indication that something is going wrong. There are lots of people that you can talk to about this kind of thing. You might have to go to see your GP, not necessarily a problem you have, maybe it's your child. Try and find an opportunity to talk to the GP about it. Find Women's Aid. Women's Aid will always help. Just find somebody who can give you advice as to how you can leave, what sort of evidence would help the police to take a case, and get out. Get out if you possibly can.